Brand new video commercial.
What's the why behind the whole company?
We're bringing you into the brainstorming process of creating a story commercial. A startup story, a business story. How is this business made? How do you do that? So, where do we start?
Founding story.
Coming up with a commercial. Story hooks them. There's a few ways to tell your startup story.
Our founding story. I mean, my favorite method is to kind of show people what a real process looks like. What does your company look like? What does your team look like? What is your culture? Who is behind your company?
You might think at first it's kind of limiting because, there's only so many ways I can tell my story. I just have to sit in front of a camera on a couch and just tell it. But really, that's the power of video. There's like 10,000 different ways to do it. You can use animation, you can use actors, you could use just kind of symbolism, 1,000 ways. But the question is, how do you pick the way that is best for you and your company?
People always want to know what's going on the inside of a company. What is the founding story? What's the mission statement?
What's the best way of sharing a startup story? How do you pick the way that's going to tell your story in the most engaging way and the way that's going to make sense for your customers and maybe even investors? So that's the challenge, and we're trying to figure that out ourselves, trying to come up with a really good format to tell our story. Ideas for video, go.
Okay, idea number one is to hire an actor, hire a production company. Number two is to do some sort of an animation, an explainer video. Characters, I'm not really sure. Number three is a lifestyle shot, people using your product, using your service, kind of showing like the true benefits of it.
No bad ideas, we're just rapid fire.
Safe place.
This is a safe place, very safe place for ideas. Idea number one, walking down the middle of the Walk of Fame, saying the whole story, one shot, one take. Idea number two, on the trails at the Griffith Observatory, running around through the trails, very fast cut, it's a lot of edits, running through the trails, trying to tell the story. Idea number three, what's idea number three? Just chilling. Oh, idea number three is we get a different person to say every sentence of the story. You break up the script one sentence at a time, and then you get different actors to say each sentence. So it's like flashing, different actor, different actor, different actor, and then so there you go. So those are my three ideas. He likes them, great. So back to square one.
What we're doing, what drives us, how we're helping people, but then with just tons of quirkiness and humanism and our real selves.
Really, this video kind of has two parts. One part of it is telling our story. The other part of it is showing how our product can be used for our customers.
Do you feel like our story has to come before we talk about the target audience and how we're helping them solve their problem? Or
that's a good question.
Can that actually come afterwards?
That's a good question.
Or can it get sprinkled throughout the story? Can we
mix them?
Yeah. Can we focus on the target audience and then
while telling the story?
I want to incorporate our culture into this, Beer on tap,
Beer on tap is number one of our culture.
Beer on tap is number one.
Instead of just saying, here's our story, and then telling our story, then saying the product pitch, actually kind of combining those into one. The origin story of the company being told while we're pitching the product.
I think in traditional media, kind of like in Bollywood films, they have a set format. It's a musical and it's a love story and it's 2 to 3 hours, and that format works, that medium works. I think what we've noticed in kind of modern media is that whole thing has changed, and now it's like being reinvented constantly. So I feel like what we're doing right now is trying to reinvent a format, and come up with our own style.
Yeah, you invent your own style by building on top of
giants.
You build on top of other styles to create your own take on that style. The most challenging thing to do is to actually create something truly original, to create something that's not completely derivative. There's still genres and formats you have to respect. In this case, we're trying to make a commercial that tells our origin story of the brand, and there's certain things that work, to make that happen, like sitting in front of a camera telling our story, and the whiteboard animation. There's a popular genre of YouTube videos called Draw My Life YouTube videos. And Draw My Life YouTube videos all look the same. It's just a whiteboard and a narration of the YouTuber just talking about their life thing that's always worked, or do you try to learn from it and then make something new? Tried and true formats. Whoa, did you? Oh, the fork is broken. A broken fork. This is just the thought process that goes into making one of these videos. We're very far from completing this. We have to actually come up with a script, shoot it, and then edit it. There's a lot of steps to go, but this kind of brings you into brainstorming process. It's hard to come up with something original. The more you brainstorm, the more you just kind of talk it out. Find someone who is kind of on the same wavelength, talk and talk and talk. The more you throw things at the wall, the closer you'll be to finding the format that'll work for you. So even though being original is hard, it'll pay off in the end. We'll be back with more updates from our process. We'll catch you next time on the Daily Dubb.
Whoa! All right. You know what?
Something's happening.
We got a problem here.
Oh,
Can I
help?
Everything's falling apart. Whoa. We're in a little bit of a pickle here because I'm trying to build a new arm for my monitor, and while I was taking the monitor off, my stack of books, everything just fell apart.
It's a real life moment. It happens. I believe in you.
All right, we're gonna get through this, guys. The goal is to get this to clamp on the desk.
Tune into the Daily Dubb to check out the progress of the monitor.